How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. Also got to put in the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about SOS and EBON. Of course, there was a lot of volatility in the market today, which I warned you guys about, but hey, we're going to go into it. So first, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. We did see a pullback in the market today, but there's other things that I want you guys to actually really look out for. Then we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know, are short sellers still killing inside of this stock? Are they still shorting our plays? We've been dealing with this for quite some time, but we want to see as far as for the overall market sentiment, is it getting better or is it getting worse? And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SOS. So let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.98. being down 1.73% on the day. On the low, it tested $3.84. Then on the high, testing $4.12. And we're also seeing what's going down in after hours. We're seeing a price of $4.13. So now the chart that we're using is the 1-year daily chart. We want to see how it's lining up with our indicators. So right now it is below the 100-day, but it is showing strength above the 200-day and as well as the 21-day EMA. If we take a look at the RSI down below, you can see right over here, it is right around 55. So we're staying consistent being in this particular area, especially the way we're lining up. And I love this. Building up this consolidation, building up the support, so we can definitely look forward to seeing a strong move as we start getting back into those fours. As you can see, it's already happened in the post market, but of course that could change. But as far as $5 is concerned for SOS, I'm really seeing it in the near term. We talked about $4 being the price that we wanted to make sure that it stayed comfortable above by the end of this month, but $5 is definitely looking like it's going to be coming fairly soon, maybe sometime in the first week of July, or maybe it might even happen in June. As far as what's going on, we notice a lot of volatility in the market, but do keep in mind we have an area of resistance right here around this $4.33 level. If we're able to pass this, we'd be looking forward to getting to around $4.50, and then after, if we get past this level here around $4.50, I'll be looking forward to seeing that strong move going into the 70s and then essentially getting to $5. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for SOS. So we take a look, we see the short volume ratio is at 18%, taking into consideration the close from yesterday. So what does this look like? So out of 34.2 million shares that were traded, we had 6.1 million of those shares that were actually sold short. Scrolling down, the short shares availability is at 300,000, updated 2 minutes ago, and the short borrow free rate is at 10.41%. Taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, definitely some big time improvements here, being at 17.81. The last time we were in this particular area was back here on June the 2nd when we were at 17.72. But what I want to see us getting back into the 14 area, and this was back on June the 7th. So just seeing this overall in general is great news regardless of the fact, because this means as far as for the market sentiment for SOS, it's getting more positive. So we can look forward to seeing more stronger price action from SOS, and that's exactly what we have been seeing as of late. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for EBON. So let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.71, being down 1.07%. On the low, it tested $3.63. Then on the high, testing $3.88. So the first thing we want to do is see how it's lining up with our indicators. We are using the 1-year daily chart. Of course, we are continuing to show strength above the 21-day EMA, and we are below the 100-day and as well as the 200-day. As we take a look at the RSI down below, it is right around 53. So again, we are getting more consistency with EBON, and today was actually a good day. We knew that there was going to be a lot of volatility. I talked about it already due to the fact of the Fed meeting that's going to be coming in tomorrow and so forth. So the matter of the fact that EBON EBON was able to stay consistent and hold a lot of its gains from the previous day is good to see. So this continuation of consolidation and support, and we are on an uptrend here. I want to see this continue as far as this week progresses. So what I'm going to be looking forward to, we do have a resistance area here, right here around $4.07. But if we have a lot of volume and there's a lot of buying pressure, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing a strong move going here to around 442. If we pass 442, then we easily end up getting to this next level here around 460. And that's where things get interesting. I'd want to see if it would be met with some selling pressure. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for EBON. As you can see, the short volume ratio is at 13%, and this is taking into consideration close from yesterday. When we take a look at what does this look like, so out of 13.5 million shares that were traded, 1.7 million of those shares were sold short. As we take a look at the short shares availability, and this is updated 5 minutes ago, it's at 4.3 million. And if we take a look at the short ball free rate, it is at 1.94%. So if we take a look at the history, definitely seeing some big time improvements here. We've gone from being at 25.79 back on June 9th to over here at 12.79 here on June the 14th. So definitely some improvement. So overall, what does this mean? The market sentiment around EBON is a lot more positive than it was in the past. And this is part of the reasons why we're seeing a strong run up and a lot more consistency coming from EBON. So I'm going to look forward to seeing EBON show some more strength as this month progresses. And like I said, this is great news for everyone else who had high conviction like myself and who was averaging down and knowing what the potential was for this play. So for my final thoughts for SOS and EBON, the volatility we saw in the market today, since this was something to be expected, look at this pullback as an opportunity. Many of you are saying, well, you know what, I want to get into a position before these stocks tend to run up even further. And this is where you take advantage of that on red days. I want to make sure I emphasize this. Of course, if you're just getting into a position, you want to use a dollar cost averaging approach. You just don't want to go heavy when you buy the first time. You want to make sure you spread it out so you can take advantage of pullbacks because they are inevitable. These are growth stocks at the end of the day, so it's only natural for this to happen. But despite the fact that we had this red day today, we saw a lot of consistency. It's still holding strong at those support levels, and we're continuing to see this consolidation that will set us up nicely for a big time run up. So seeing what I saw from EBON and as well as for SOS for the short interest information, hey, things are looking really good. As far as the market sentiment, it's becoming even more positive, right? So short sellers are not in these stocks like they used to. So that definitely does give us some good insight. And what does this mean? This means is that, you know what, there's been so much strength in the overall price, and as far as the run up is concerned, it's inevitable. We're seeing a lot of strength as well inside the crypto sector, and if that continues, and if you're a believer like myself that Bitcoin is going to be hitting 100K, then these two stocks are going to benefit from this. So again, these red days, don't let it bother you, don't let it discourage you. Use it as an opportunity if you haven't built out your position, or maybe you're trying to average down. But of course, this is not financial advice, and you have to assume all of the risk, and also make sure whatever money you put into these plays, you're not afraid to lose it. I'm not saying you're going to be losing it all, but I want to make sure you guys have the right risk management in place. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.